Hey y'all, welcome to Fixin the Garden. It's mid-May here in Zone 8B, Georgia, and I just wanted to introduce y'all to all the things that are currently in full bloom in my garden. And the garden today is a buzz, literally, of activity. Bees are everywhere. So hopefully they won't get too upset with us checking out the plants that they're so enjoying. So I wanted to start out today talking to y'all about Peach Sky Yarrow. This is a new plant for me, as you'll hear me say many times over, because our garden is really just being filled out within the last couple of years. But these are actually new for this season. We bought them earlier in the spring and put them in, and they are already all budded up and flowering for us. And I really love the combination of them with the ScentAmazing, which is Itea virginica that's right behind it. It's such a pretty combination with the slender spires of the ScentAmazing and the really wide flat tops of the Yarrow. I have 3 of them and I spread them out because, like I said, I'm trying to fill in. And I wasn't really sure if the Yarrow, the peach color, would do well in my garden, but I found this area that has a whole lot of white in it, so the peach really, to me, just really accents and creates some color. Oh, the bird and the squirrel behind me are having a bit of a fit. Yarrow. And here on the other side of the walkway, I've mirrored the Yarrow, but this time with the white. This is Firefly Diamond Yarrow, also from proven winners of the same line. And again, I did 3, but there wasn't any white in this area. It was full of color, and so I thought that the white would add a little bit of calm instead of adding more color to this area. This is Goodwin Creek Gray. It is a French lavender. Y'all, I love lavender, but it does not grow very well here in the South. And so I actually had this lavender planted along our knee wall a while back, and if I can find a picture of it, I'll insert it here. But it did really well, and I loved it. The only problem was it kind of got a woody base, and you can't cut it back like you can some of the other lavenders. So when I stumbled upon this year at a local garden center, I had to grab one, even though I didn't really have a lot of room to put in a few of them. So I just got the one and put it in this container. I wish that I could find it a little bit easier. But if you live in the South, I recommend this one. This does have the lavender smell that we all know and love. So it's Goodwin Creek Lavender. This is Magic White Wands Veronica, also known as Speedwell. We got this last year along with the Pink Profusion Salvia that you'll see next to it, and we got it on clearance. We paid $1 per plant for all of these perennials, and it has made just the most beautiful border. And of course we bought everything that they had, and we've added in this year these 2 or 3 Pink Profusion Salvia, and we have 2 of the Veronica here in the front that we added to kind of complete this big swath of perennial here at the border. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is the bees' favorite plant that we have in the yard. they aren't liking me getting too close, so let me just continue talking to y'all, and hopefully you can see them and enjoy it a little bit. Isn't this why we garden? So that the things in nature can enjoy it with us. But it's a reblooming plant, and it blooms all the way until frost. It's definitely something. It's shorter in stature, so make sure you put it in the front of your bed so that it can be seen. And this is White Wands Veronica. All right behind the White Wands we have an area of Pow Wow White Coneflowers, or Echinacea. And as you can see, some of them have bloomed and a few of them will be blooming really soon. Their buds are just about ready to put on their show. I've had the most luck with these coneflowers. I've tried coneflowers, and we have them in other places in the yard, but these have been the most reliable of all the varieties that I have grown. So I recommend Pow Wow White. Now this is a gardenia. I don't know the particular variety name of it, but it is a double bloom of the gardenia, and they are about, I don't know, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. We have moved these guys all over our yard and yet here they are still putting on a good show. Last year they were decimated by thrips, and the year before that we had a late freeze that we literally had to do a rejuvenation prune on them, and we had to prune them all the way to the ground. And it's taken them a couple of years, but they have come back and look fabulous. The video I'm going to put in took place in between the beginning of May, in which they weren't really blooming, and today, where they're kind of have a lot of spent blooms on them, so that y'all can see them looking their best. But they do bloom quickly and they will rebloom. But I will probably come out here and have to deadhead them. I just don't like the look of the spent blooms on the plant. It's not a have to, but it's a want to. And here we have another gardenia. This is the ScentAmazing Gardenia by Southern Living Plants. It is a single bloom, so that's the difference between the double and the single. It also has a really nice scent. This is a dwarf variety, and we have it kind of polka dotted about our different flower beds. But this one I thought gave y'all a really good example of what these blooms look like. So in the full bloom episode for the beginning of May, I touched on and showed y'all, this is the 2025 release from Proven Winners. It is Unplugged White. Look how much size has been put on in just a few weeks. I really plan on using the In Full Bloom series in order to show y'all the perennials that were blooming in the yard, and so that you could kind of know, based on my zone 8B, what is blooming when and for how long. But I just couldn't help but put these in here. I'm not sure if they're typically an annual, but we're kind of marginal for this plant, so it may end up being a perennial. I sure hope so, because I am really loving it. And look how many new buds will soon be showing themselves. I cannot wait. And this is Rockin' Blue Suede Shoes Salvia from Proven Winners. This plant is actually perennial for zone 9 and warmer, but we're 8B, and not only has it become a perennial, but we actually moved this plant very, very early on in the spring, probably February, and it came back beautifully, and it's got a friend over here. Last year it wasn't in as much sun, and I think it really would love a full sun site. And so I'm so glad that we moved it over here. And the leaf texture next to the Russian sage is a really great contrast because it's got a brighter, fuller leaf than what you see on the Russian sage. So whenever I'm choosing different plants, I look at leaf color, leaf size, texture, bloom size, bloom texture. There's a lot of things to consider if you're trying to create interest within your garden. So always think of those things. And I came out here last night and there were hummingbirds on it, and I ran to go get my camera, and of course I missed them. This is String Theory Amsonia, also known as Blue Star. I got this plant back here, both of these, because I was trying to have a different texture than the sedum that's in front of it. So you can see we have a really thick leaf sedum with this really fine textured Amsonia behind it. I also wanted something that bloomed early in the season because the sedum also blooms late. So whenever I'm trying to create a 4-season garden, I think more than just light and water needs, but I also think of textures and heights and things that will make the garden look as interesting as possible. If you saw my earlier video, then you know I wasn't sure they were going to make it, but they did come back and they are already in bloom and look so beautiful. And now I just want to go back and show y'all what is still blooming. So it's been blooming since the beginning of May, and now we're in mid-May and it's still blooming. And this is the opening act blush Phlox. It's splayed out a little bit. We've had a lot of rain, so I had to kind of run out here and try to get some good video for y'all in between the rain. And I am so thankful. We went probably a couple of months without really getting any sizable rain, so it's nice to actually have some. It saves some time on watering chores, but the plants really love rainwater better than what comes out of the ground. The Clematis here has just a few blooms at the top. And over here, this is the bloom-struck hydrangea it's an EndlessSummer-Hydrangea, a rebloomer. And the color has deepened to a, oh my goodness, the blue is so pretty. So many different shades and stages of blooming. As you can see, these are the freshest blooms. And then they kind of come and get some color on the end. And then as it ages, you can't see that one because it's all behind new leaves. Let me see if I can find some that y'all can see good. Look at that. Y'all, is so pretty. This is my favorite one over here. It's so big, but it's laying on the ground, so I'm not sure how long it'll look good. And the bees' early favorite is this bee balm, or Monarda. This is, oops, sorry, I got too close. They don't like that. Let's try this again. The bees did not like me being that close to them. But this is Upscale, Lavender, Taffeta, Monarda from Proven Winners. And as y'all could probably hear, it is covered in bees and he is not liking me being over here, so I'm gonna stop. This double play Doozie Spirea has a few blooms left on it. As you can see, the aged blooms have turned that kind of antique-y brown color. And I still haven't cut back the catnip, but it's on my list. As all gardeners, our list is pretty long, and you get to things eventually. As I said earlier, we've gotten a good bit of rain the past couple of days, and so the Gaura is a little bit splayed out as well. I just can't bring myself to give it a little bit of a haircut because it just looks so pretty. So hopefully as it dries out, it'll kind of pull itself back up a little bit. But look over there. So pretty. And that's what's blooming in my garden, Zone 8B, Georgia, at the middle of May. Hope you have a great day. Get on your garden.